Fulcher of Galair, what's the crack? Shoulders and lats today. So, going to do shoulder press, so an overhead press, and going to do some lat pull down. This is obviously my overhead press, so just using the bar, 25 kg bar. And we're making sure that we're going through full range of motion. So, a lot of people will do this and only come down to like eye level or chin level, and then that'll be it. Make sure you come through full range of motion. Again, in between my sets, I'm keeping myself active with a bit of skill work or a bit of rehab work. So if we look here, I'm getting all the way down well past my chin so that I get full range. Now, that's very important today because we're focusing on our delts. And if we don't come all the way down, we're not going to get an adequate stimulation on the delts. The upper part of this motion is mainly triceps and the lower part is mainly delts. So again, we want to put our delts at a mechanical disadvantage, and we do that by coming all the way down past our chin and even as close to touching off our chest. Okay, hypertrophy set again, 10 sets of 10, managing our time under tension. We're getting at least 40 seconds on our time under tension, and we're resting for only 60 to 90 seconds. If you can't do that, lower the weight. And if you can't do that, I suppose if you're using a barbell and you can't lower the weight any further, then just do more repetitions. Okay, so go for maybe 12 to 15 repetitions if you can't get your time under tension high enough. Wide grip lat pull down. I use just the pull up obviously for the first couple of these with the TheraBand. Okay, so I could have done, probably could have gotten 10 without the TheraBand, but I would have been way too close to failure on my first set, and you don't want to be too close to failure in the first set. So I used a light TheraBand, went for 10 reps, tried to go nice and slow. Again, this is quite challenging. This is probably this is the hardest of the pull-ups, and it's challenging to try and keep your time under tension high here and try and come down nice and slowly. So again, 60 to 90 seconds rest, keeping ourselves entertained in between. We're using TheraBands here that I've just obviously wrapped around my knee, and what that does is gives you obviously support. It makes the exercise easier. I can go through a couple of different TheraBands, so I used a purple one at the start, which was quite light. Then I moved on to a green one, and now I'm on to a really thick blue one. Okay, so obviously, you mightn't have access to TheraBands. You might find this, even with the TheraBands, this exercise quite difficult. So you can do something like a lat pull down. So I'm just using a modified lat pull down here because there's no lat pull down machine per se. And I'm doing the exact same thing again, trying to keep my eccentric phase, so the phase where it goes from my chest up into the air nice and slow, so 3 to 4 seconds. And then I'm doing a quicker concentric phase to 1 to 2 seconds. Okay, 10 sets of 10. And this is coming towards my last couple of sets, and on my last couple of sets I'll normally do a couple of quick repetitions at the end using a bit of momentum to try and get some extra volume in. Now, there are a couple of other things you could do as well here today, and you should do. So you should do some rear delt work. So you can do some, bent over reverse flies. That's a really good one. You can also do some like straight arm pull downs, which is what I'd recommend. I'm going to put those two exercises up at the website, so make sure you go check those out on shackleline.com. If you liked the video, please do subscribe. Porta Glachi in Abroad. Agus Brish de Gevla.